I would like you to applaud our first panelist, Maxime Baffert from Viva Technology, to talk about tech for good. So, Maxime, everything is in the phrase. Believe it or not, technology can drive positive force into our societies. Can you explain that?
I don't know if it, yes. I think we are now in a situation where people have a lot of questions about the impact of technology. For years, for decades, innovation was the same thing as progress, as social progress, and everybody was in favor of new technology. There was really a positive view of what was going on. And for the last 5 years, we have seen a complete change. There are a lot of interrogations about the impact on environment, on democracy. And so we believe at VivaTech that technology can have a positive impact, but there needs to be more explaining, I think.
And is there something unusual about the pace and nature of technological change today?
Yes, I think it's really that there has always been a tension between the positive impact and the negative impact, especially on jobs. But at the end of the day, what we see today is that we are not sure that the outcome of all this will be positive. You have all the discussions about singularity and the fact that machines could replace humans. You have the environmental impact of technology, which is also a true question today. So I think what is unusual is that people are much more lost and they don't have the trust in the future that they could have had a couple of years ago. And so we believe that we need to bring new attitudes and new initiatives to show that the impact at the end of the day will be positive.
Should we be more worried about the worlds we are creating with all these technologies?
I think what is new is that now it's a question which is impossible to avoid, and that a lot of actors are now trying to tackle the problem from the beginning. When they think of new products, when they think of new ideas, they take into account the environmental impact. I think that's something new, and it's something which is very positive. Either big companies like the Google, Amazon, etc., or the small startups, everybody is now aligned on this tech for good objectives. I think there needed to be a sort of a wake-up call for everybody, and it's happening right now.
You will organize in few weeks the next Viva Technology. Who knows Viva Technology? Yes. So good question. Can you explain the concept of Viva Technology and what kind of people, of change makers or entrepreneurs we can meet there?
Yes, so Viva Technology has existed for 4 years now. It's a big event here in Paris, and the idea is really to show the latest trends, to foster the cooperation between startups and large corporations, to show the latest products, the latest innovations. Last year we had 100,000 visitors, so it is a very large event. We have conferences. This year we will have Ginny Rometty from IBM as one of our top speakers. We have the French president who will come as well. We have several founders of unicorns like Frédéric Mazella from BlaBlaCar. So we have more than 200 sessions like this one. And we also have big booths of startups. There are more than 2,000 startups exhibiting. So it's really a large-scale event about innovation, startups, technology in Paris.
We are talking about innovations. Can you, in 2018, what kind of innovation or startup you prefer the most?
I think what is interesting is to have startups who at the same time want to become big, wants to reach a certain scale.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And also are trying to find solutions for new ideas. And for new problems, and especially the problems that we are discussing today at Sustainable Brands. So we will have a lot of tech for goods startups represented, 3 half days of conferences to present them and to explain what they are doing. So I think it's really interesting to see that a lot of startups that are created right now are for good. It can be in environment, it can be to fight poverty.
Recycling plastic from ocean.
Yes, exactly. Recycling plastic, improving the place for women in technology. So there are a lot of startups that are now, from the very beginning, are not just there to create a product and make money, but they want to make money and do good. And I think it's very positive.
Like social business?
Yes, some of them are really social businesses. Some of them are actually real startups. It's complicated
for good.
For good,
Startups
yes.
for good.
It's. I don't think it's always easy to say the difference, but the momentum is really there.
And so my last question, but it's a global question that many people ask to themselves: can really tech and innovation can have a positive impact? It depends, of course, it depends.
Yes. I think it depends, but I think at the same time, technology can bring a lot of solutions. Today, it is part of the problem and part of the solution as well.
Yeah.
But when it comes to monitoring, when it comes to fighting waste, when it comes to putting people in networks so that they can be more powerful, I think clearly technology has a role to play which is unique. Probably we wouldn't speak so much about the environment without the internet that help people to mobilize, to get informed, to get information about what they are, all these issues. So I think at the end of the day, the impact is still positive, but the jury is still out, that's for sure, and we need to be very vigilant about the kind of technology we want to implement and to see developed.
What's driving you in this business, in Viva Technology, tech and innovation? Why is it driving you?
I think in technology, what is really interesting in technology today is disruption. And the way the established business have to reinvent themselves, how small companies can become very big and change a lot of things. So I think it's really it's a transition, just as the transition I believe that we are going to have regarding sustainability. And so to see what are the forces which are driving these changes, to understand who will be the future actors is really one of our big drivers.
Do you have any question from the audience for Viva Technology? Bon, talk about tech and innovation globally. Okay, I have one. I'm curious about the next Viva Technology. What kind of new products, new startup can we see there that maybe change the mindset of the world?
I think we will have a lot of, in addition to the product and the booths of corporations, we have a lot of cool stuff, innovations we are going to be there. For instance, we are going to have an innovation called Mentalista. It's a new interface directly between your brain and a computer. And so you can play a sort of very simple table tennis on video, just with a headset directly on your head. So no hands, no eye tracking. It's really analyzing the vibration, the waves inside your brain, and you can move the racket, so to speak, directly through your brain. We'll have a lot of robots. We have robots, which is a surgeon. It's called Da Vinci, which can operate more than tens of different operations without any human intervention, just automatically. We have a lot of drones, a lot of things regarding AI as well. So and AR and VR. I think so. You'll have a lot of fun in at VivaTech as well.
And what do you think about all the people are a bit scared about all the IE movement all around the world, especially I think about Bill Gates.
Mm-hmm. About AI.
Yeah.
Yes. so I'm always a little bit confused about AI because people are talking about how AI will replace human at some point, and then when you come back and you take your Alexa or your Google Home, and it cannot still answer very basic questions. So I think it's really a long journey. AI will probably change a lot of things, but it can also be used for a good purpose. There is also all of the AI for good movement that we are seeing right now, and so I think it's probably going to change a lot of things, but it's still it's in infancy right now.
Do you have any question about AR, about tech, innovation? Of course, you are here. No? Okay. So, thank you so much,
Thank you.
Maxime.
Thank you very much.